I hope everyone's having a pleasant, quiet evening. How's everyone? I'm waiting for the tablet to boot up. It, for some reason, didn't. We have a horse to build. We are also simulcasting on YouTube, though the settings are still kind of funky. I gotta figure that out. Should be okay. Let's see, everything else seems to be good. Also, for some reason, audio channels were messed up during the last stream. That should be resolved, and hopefully we don't crash this time. That was definitely an issue. Alright. Come on, tablet. This thing is... it needs to be retired. It is slow. And, like, yeah, sure, I just use it for Twitch, but it can barely do that. Hell, I can't even go into the web browser on it because the web browser crashes due to too many tabs. And I can't close the tabs in the web browser because it crashes. So it's just forever stuck in limbo that I can't fix, unfortunately. Sucks, but hey, whatever. This looks really awkward as is, but hopefully it all kind of comes together in the end. I'm just keeping an eye on the computer until we get the tablet chat up. We're just taking its sweet time. But hey, you know, how's everyone doing? Got any plans for this holiday break that everyone is on? Or just going to become a couch sloth? Either is fine. The Twitch app crashed. Great. Great. Thank you, tablet. Yeah, it may be super dead at this point. I've debated buying the tablet. Shouldn't be too cheap. Whoa, what the fuck? I know you guys can't see what's happening, but the app opened and then just kind of scooted off the screen. This tablet is having a shit fit with itself. I think it's finally dead. The screen just went black. Oh, okay. Here we go. Close Twitch, reopen Twitch. As per usual with these streams, we have some level of wow, I can't even speak for that. Technical difficulties. So the next steps on this thing look like the chest. I don't know if we'll fully get this thing built today. Maybe throughout the week. Because then after we have, like, you know, this holiday week, and then there's the New Year's weekend, or whatever, break. Oh, looks like Twitch is finally dead on this tablet. That's a shame. Use my phone. Not the worst, but still. I've been really meaning to get my other printers up and running, which would require desk space. So I figure maybe you guys would join me on that little adventure when I have a desk to work with. Yeah, tablets doesn't seem to be getting anywhere into that app. Alright, gonna give up then. Yeah, I saw. Cool work, dude. Okay. I'm giving up. Tablet is, It's dead. It can no longer run the Twitch app. Just a black screen. Oh wait, hey, hang on. I saw something. Oh, hey, we're up. Cool. Okay. We're getting somewhere. It's just very slow. Once we get into the chat feed, we're golden. Up. We're getting into creator mode. And switch over. Come on. Come on. It's almost there. It started to load video and it was kind of working. Okay, it's loaded the manager page. It looks like we're in. Now, obviously, we'll have to see how live chat works, but I assume things are working. Alright, let's get to... Oh, just right, the box fell. Okay. Alright, let's get to... not rolling over crap that's on the floor. We have a horse to work on. Wants me to update the Twitch app. No! I'm gonna wait another 20 minutes for that. Where is this? What's the R sprue? Oh, probably this. Come on. Yeah. W sprue. It's the clear one? Okay. All translucent. That is a very nice purple. That getting scuffed at all. O2? What the hell is that sprue? Oh, it's over here. That explains. I hope this plan works out. Worst case, I'll just sell this build and call it a day. Assuming I don't damage any pieces in the conversion. Almost perfect on that cut. Gecko. Did I make a reward for 50k? I don't remember. It's been a while since anyone's activated the high tier rewards. Though I know Vem had beat like 20-fold. Wow, that's pretty cool. I assume it's a much bigger channel. I don't have the funds to buy random viewers model kits and shit. Though I suppose to a point I could set up like, you know, get a discount in my shop or something. An idea for the future, maybe. I'll look into it. If I remember. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, hang on. I gotta grab my phone because I'm hearing non-stop alerts. What is happening? Why? Okay, it's just... No, none of that is important. Okay. You know what? Let me put this also in place. Give me a sec here. I should really not go here. Go somewhere else. That's okay. I gotta fix that. I've been so damn busy this year, behind a lot of shit. But hoping this upcoming year things will change. For the better, in many ways. I still can't tell you guys about the secret stuff. But hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Well, that is... Let's flush there. More place to post. That's why I need that bot. That's fine. What? Oh. Oh, that's weird. Oh, because it's supposed to be a shield. I'm not totally liking that, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. There's T2. I think I saw those pieces before. Is it these? Yes. Sans you all. I just hope the end of it leads into a better future. We'll call it that. I don't know how the timeline is going to go. And shit, I've already lost track of which one is which. That's a problem. They're both different. Are they the same? Ah, okay. It's the other way around. So cut off 9. Sometimes I wish time would move faster, even though we all want time to slow down. Sometimes, you know what? Give me Majora's Mask Ocarina with all the time control songs. That way I can accelerate into next year and then slow things down. Because waiting through this, 2-3 week gap of the holiday season is internally driving me crazy because I need to wait till after for things to happen. It's like I want it to end so I can I gotta be vague for now because secrets. But it's just like, come on, day move faster please. Then day slow down. Okay, I'll give you that, Kodo, for your engineering. Oh, that's cool. Kind of slipped out. Sometimes Kodo will surprise you. And sometimes you want to just slam your head on the desk. Especially when it comes to like their older models, or their older designs they haven't updated in decades. Mainly the Zoids. Ligers and Tigers, just using old crummy model designs or whatever from pre-2000s. Like the Shield Liger torso, Liger Zero's back leg cap thingy, I don't even know how to describe that part. And then Shield Liger's torso. Saber Tiger's, the inner weird leg joint parts of Saber Tiger always pop out. It's, I don't know. On the weird back piece of it, it's weird. It's like, it's supposed to be a moving neck back plate, and then just held in by like weird piston socket things. But they don't move with the piece. You're just supposed to put it there and it looks nice, but it has movement for articulation. It's just really dumb. I don't know how else to explain it. It could have not been on movable pistons. It could have just socketed in and called it a day. Parts for a while. I have no idea what the P screw looks like. Nope. Huh. I don't know why, but this reminds me of some weirdo I interacted with ages ago, and dude claimed like he could just build like model kits or whatever without instructions. I mean, like, maybe a Gundam, sure, but when it comes to Zoids, no. There's too much stupid engineering involved. heard from the guy again, so probably didn't read instructions for something, and something happened. You know, much like those signs at Home Depot where the double male plug does not exist, but people still want it anyway because they're stupid. People know about that, right? The signs, not the double male plug not existing. That you should know it doesn't exist, but does anyone know what I'm talking about? That's a better question. Tis the season for dumb. And all brains were flatlined. Okay, that's interesting. Probably gonna have the armor stand off. That could be. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this design here. Huh. Okay. See what happens. Oh, okay, I'm not supposed to put that on yet. Right, I jumped ahead on this one. Not really a fan of how that goes together, but okay, I guess. This curve up. Esper. Where is this? Alright, I've guessed wrong on every single one of these. Is it something I haven't used yet? Yep. That would explain. Need a PC2. Which one was that? Pop, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Okay, I see. Now, what is this part gonna turn into? Hey, we are building the MSG Bicorn. By Kotobukiya, mainly because its anatomy is very similar to the Zoids Orudios, and I think perhaps we can use this as a modern frame for it. I hope anyway. It'd be interesting to try and adapt it. I was thinking over and might have to resort to some custom parts, but if I can nail down, you know, maybe some instructions for people in the future or some parts to make it happen, people would be happy with a modern horse. And like, I've seen some people do articulation on the original Orudios, but I'm just not a fan of how it looks. But if you want a more simple answer, I'm building a horse. Oh, I see. Okay, cut the undergate for this one. It's not often I encounter that on these kits. Alright, for a tiny little piece, that took a bit. I'm gonna have to build a whole second one. see that scuff. Big piece, probably for the main body parts. PC2 again and T2. Where have I seen those before? Got it. cut too well. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now what do we do here? This is T2C, right? Oh, okay. Snapped in right. Okay. PC1. Where is that? Oh, easy enough. And then Q. Q1. Where is this sparrow? It's not those. Middle of all this. Got it. There's two Q1s. Alright, well, I'll do one for now. See, for a similar shape, why they put the nub point on the top of the sphere instead of on the side? I don't know. Sometimes Kodo is dumb. Hey, cool. The raid did not crash the stream. Hey, thank you for the raid and bringing your people here. How are you doing? What were you up to? What were you building? Let me know. Or were you at the next level of painting stuff? Because that's always where things get interesting. But hey, welcome in. We more often build Zoids, or do card game stuff, or I'm playing some kind of game or whatever, or I don't know, we've got some 3D printer building streams planned for the future, depending on how things go. How has your Christmas Eve at this point been? Wonder Woman? Where did I hear that from? Probably some Flash noise. She's the Shield Lady. Or not Shield Lady, Whip Lady, whatever the hell. Sometimes she's a Shield, I don't know. Wonder Woman's weird. But hey, was it a good build? I've heard some people doing the MS general stuff, but... Hey, same here. If people are going to be home, broadcasting to them. And since I'm going to be home too, you know. Take advantage of it. Alright, so... Okay, that just kind of... Weird way of ordering these pieces. That should have been after, but... Whatever. Alright, that's cool. W2. Big ass purple piece. Don't want to ruin this piece. Sorry, I'm focusing on trying to get this translucent piece ready without scuffing it up. Because you know, once that happens, it's all over. There's no saving it. Oh, I see. That's a weird way to connect this piece. Okay. Strange. Just those three. Okay. You gonna go for the rest of the DC characters, or just Wonder Woman? That's it. Assuming they make those characters in that model line, I have no idea. You know, sometimes with licensed characters and alternate products and stuff, it's like, okay, all these like characters of something will get like a bunch of action figures, and then one of them will get like a highly articulated version by some other company. It's like, well, why not the whole team treatment or whatever, or the whole roster, depending, of course. So, I'm sure it also has to do with the times and marketing, depending upon if there's a newly released form of media pertaining to character or characters, and they may just capitalize on that, nothing else. If that's the case, it is what it is, though I'm sure fans would be appreciative of all of the characters here of property here being in a similar type figure or model set. Okay, so girl models. Girlpla. Yeah, that's been a recent term I've heard. Not my thing. It is kind of funny how it's become that. But hey, I guess it sells, so I can't argue with that. But now, like, Gunpla has been a term, and Girlpla is becoming a term, but do not say Zoid's Pla. That is an awful term, and the community does not accept it. It just sounds terrible. Right, yeah, but it needs its own, because it just doesn't sound right. You're not wrong. Like the other day I heard someone say Pokepla, I was like, Pokepla? I thought that was like, you know, the next game was adding some kind of other thing, but it's like, oh no, it's plastic model. Which is unfortunate, because those are just like little statues, they're not really articulated kits, so it's a bit disappointing. I was almost considering at one point like looking into them as just like an alternate thing to build. Besides, you know, a million Zoids, but when I saw they were static, I was like, oh, I don't care about that. Boring. And they're small too, yeah. And random shot in the dark, I assume they are not in scale with each other? I could be entirely wrong, but it does seem like a thing that would occasionally get skipped, you know? Oh, it's keyed. That's cool. Yeah, there's it wrong. What the hell? No, it's on there. That doesn't seem right. Digipla, there are a number of kits for that, so sure, I guess. I'm not a Digimon fan to counter that, so go for it. Oh, that's weird. Why would they do that? This is weird. I don't know how I feel about this. Also, this probably would have been easier if we assembled the other way. Which I have it backwards, now that I'm looking at it. Okay. That's... Really? That's how that goes? They could have just used little detail pieces to get that little purple mark then, and a whole big piece. Okay. Weird. Let me guess, we do the other side. Yep. Might as well get this one if one's here. So, you know, if the Pokemon kits were like those, I'd be more intrigued. But they're not. Which is unfortunate. So I saw those have, like, articulation, and some have optional pieces, depending upon, like, whatever. Or get, like, they include pieces to do, like, the alternate forms, or upgrades, or whatever. Which kind of reminds me of the few Mega Man kits that exist, but then would that be called Megapla? And at that point, it just sounds like a disease. Lots of printer part. Well, that's where Zoids would fall under Codopla. But then, like, okay, well then Hexagear as well. Or you want to get technical and call it Hexapla. Isn't that the name of, like, some ancient, isopod? Oh, we need PC 2. It's 1. It's only the music in Japanese. Where's the other one of these? Come on, I just had that earlier. Where do we use it all? Oh, I'm... Technically, yes, but I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, see? It sounds terrible. Because if you're going to go by the company name, then, like... Bandapla? Bandpla? It doesn't work. Like, Digipla and Pokepla kinda works. I don't know about Gunpla. That's like the weirdest sounding one. Is that plastic model of a gun? I hope people realize the joke there. Like, if you were going to go for that naming system for everything, how would you do that for Armored Core? You probably can't. Corpla? Maybe, but I don't know. Would the Zone of the Enders kits be Enderpla? That does not... That sounds like a disease. I've got Enderpla of the ear. Well, hey now. Like, if we're gonna discuss all the intricacies of how we can make this sound stupid, we gotta tackle the big shot here. Warpla. Warpla sounds like a Pokemon. Why is that not going? It worked on the other one, just kind of like a weird angle. It just like popped right in, come on. I cut off the right one, right? PCGC. Yeah. Well, hey, you know, it is a plastic model. Okay. Why is this one being annoying? Wiggle this one a bit. I'm sure they've just been doing it for so long that the company and the customers are used to it, but we've got snap together technology now. I do agree. Upgrade. What else is there that we could turn to a stupid name? Oh, you know what? There's that series of One Piece ships model kits. So would that be One Pla? And aren't there also like what else is there? Macpla? Macros? Oh, that could be. Yeah, there you go. We're just getting into dumb territory. Right, yeah, well, hey, it's no different than Zoids fans. We're just seeing how far we could run the joke of, like, everything is insert plastic model. Revpla? What's Revpla? Oh, see, there's so many sub-series and different series of kits, I don't even know the names of all of them, so that one escaped me. Oh no, I just had a terrible idea. I remember, like, oh, this was probably like, if not late 90s, early 2000s-ish era of, like, I don't know what it was from, because I only had one and I only ever remember seeing it once. Oh, okay. Well, that makes things... Aren't those usually made out of, like, a metal-ish material? Or are those just the older ones that are made of metal and the newer ones are plastic? Okay. But yeah, I remember way the fuck time ago, it was like almost like the size of like a credit card, I think, or maybe it was bigger, but it was plastic, and you pop out the pieces and it becomes a thing. Like, I remember the one I had was, I think, a boat. I have no idea where I got it. So would that be Cardpla? Because, you know, you build it so it's a model, and it's technically made of plastic. Whatever that was, I don't know. Cardpla. Alright, well, let's keep going in the weirdness. There's like the few Yu-Gi-Oh sets out there. Would those be Yu-Gi-Pla? That sounds like an insult. We need a gray piece. Upla? Upla. That's weird. Upla sounds like a Pokemon. Dualpla. It's time to Dualpla, and they're just building models against each other. That's just speed building at that point. Oh, I have, okay. I know enough artists. I might know someone that can do comics, like just like little one-shot, one-off comics. I want someone to draw a little mini comic where it's, you know, Pharaoh Yugi, you know, young, like it's time to duel. Because okay, going off the original comics, he was the king of games, where it's just like any game he plays, he wins, regardless of what it was. This is before it was the focus of, like, before the card game was the focus. So I want to see him like do that, like he's in a game shop, whatever, and then challenges someone, and then just like someone slaps Warhammer on the table. I think he probably shit himself there. It's like you have to build it from scratch and paint it before you can play. Though now, I guess technically, if the building and the painting is somewhat part of the pieces for the game, would that make Pharaoh, what the fuck's his face, be the best Warhammer builder and painter because it's all for the game? I'm aware of Gundam Build Fighters. Mechapla. Hey, they probably hate that. Theirs you don't have to build. You just buy the box and you get the figures and you can paint them if you want and then play the game. I'm aware of the Build Fighters show property because people in the Zoids Discord talk about it. Zoids did have a figure battling story type thing. It was a manga. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 volumes. So I'm not going to say that Zoids did it first, but I don't know Gundam's history to know if they have done it in the past. So if... No. Okay, so Z-Builders is Hasbro's marketing for the Block Zoids line. Which really didn't make sense, but it's Hasbro for you. They do lots of dumb. And if someone in the audience happens to be like a Hasbro employee, hey, let's get talking so we can fix shit. I have many things to say, and, well, they fucked up Zoids twice. So, Hasbro doesn't deserve any chances again. If I had the time, I'd barge into their office and be like, hey, bitch tits, you want to make money? Give me the charge. Put me in charge of this and I'll ride this ship across the damn seas and we'll be fucking successful, make shit tons of money. You gotta listen to the damn fans. There comes a point where fans should really be in charge of their property in a sense. Because we've seen too many companies do too many stupid things and just make a flop of a product, and it's like, oh, well, the fans didn't want it. It's like, maybe you're just dumb and out of touch. Just a thought. But that's going to go into a long-winded tangent we don't have time for tonight. Like, okay, I know Zoids is a very specific example, but if you're not marketing to the core of your fan base or listening to the core of your fan base, you're not going to make a successful product. You know, that's also part of the problem, is that Hasbro doesn't understand the demographic of the product that they have. It happened 20 years ago, and it happened 2 years ago. Now, obviously, it doesn't help that 2 years ago was COVID and a bunch of other things happened, but they just kind of did a whole lot of dumb. Well, okay, that's an entirely different conversation. I don't get that side of it. So I don't know, I don't understand the weird obsession over, like, a clearly young audience children's cartoon like that. To the point that there are communities like that that often go into weird territories we're not going to cover on the stream here. But with Zoids, there really is only one demographic. Now, yes, sure, Japan did release a new line that brought New Blood into the franchise, and it was for a different age bracket, but they still also release stuff for the older generation. But, you know, typical Hasbro being Hasbro, they never targeted the original generation properly to begin with. That being said, a good portion held on to it, but it's just easy mistakes that could have easily been avoided if they just paid a little more attention. Okay, Teen Titans is a weird topic. Alright, let me get this together, and then I'm gonna finish up the Zoids tangent real quick, and then we'll jump onto that. Oh, right, these go together. So the problem with Zoids, well, the problem with how Hasbro released Zoids, or I guess dealt with Zoids back in the day, is just a bunch of layered issues here and there that we're gonna have to get into historical context and stuff, and what works and doesn't. But the more recent attempt by Hasbro to bring Zoids to the West was during COVID, and they started with. They took the recent show that was running in Japan, they heavily censored it, and then couldn't find a station to carry it for broadcast, so they just dumped it onto Netflix. But only half the season, and then released the video game without any marketing, really. And the things get weird. So the company that published the game was like some weird off-the-wall kids video game publishing company, and they made a special, like, I know this is just the company that did it, but it all ties back to Hasbro and their reputation in a sense, because Hasbro put them up to whatever they were doing to some level, I'm sure. And also when you're trying to garner the attention of fans of a thing, you want to appease them to some level. I mean, you said it right there. Marketing, yeah, they have no idea. They're just like, oh, it's a toy, bring in some kids. The kids like it? Okay, put the thing out. Oh, the kids aren't buying it? Okay, it doesn't work. But to go on my little tangent here, the company that published the game made a special edition, like, weird bundle package thing. It was like, had like character cards and art cards and some other stuff in there. I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked at it. And it wasn't like something you could pre-order in a store or whatever. They were only given out to YouTubers, but not like influencer YouTubers, just random nobody sub 1,000 subscriber YouTubers. People you've never heard of were just magically sent that thing to review, and most of them were like, I don't know what Zoids is, but I got sent this thing, let's take a look at it. And then at the end of that, like maybe a month or two after those were sent out, the company was like, oh, we've got like an extra one, so we're going to do a, like, it's not even like a contest, it was more of like a, how would you describe it? It's kind of like a, hey, show that you're the biggest Zoids fan and we'll send you this extra one. And sure, people entered or whatever, but that's the problem, is that like it was so buried on the net that most Zoids fans didn't know about it. But also it was on their website, so if you weren't looking at their website to know about this, you would miss it entirely. Or maybe it was on their Facebook or something. I don't remember the exact details of where it was posted, but eventually people found it while it was still open, and one of the biggest Zoids fans from the Discord, who has an entire, like, I don't even know how to measure the space properly, but he's got like a diorama that has over like 100 Zoids in it. And he posted that picture, like, I'm the biggest Zoids fan, could I please has? And they didn't send it to him. Instead, it went to some, like, went to some random, like, kid and his dad. Like, hey, the kid got something, whatever. I don't even know if the kid got it. I think it's more of like the dad saw a thing and didn't know what it was, because we don't know them either. Like, the community's pretty tight. We know who people are. We don't know them. But when it specifically asks for, show us how big of a Zoids fan you are, and we prove it, and you deny us, that's a little annoying. So that is PulseCon. That was later in the year. So it was half of the show was put on Netflix, the video game, and then that was in June, I'm gonna say. And then around August, I think, is when they did that contest. And the dude was like, here's my post to you to, you know, here's my entry to get the free thing. I'm the biggest Zoids fan. I've got over 100 Zoids kits in my garage workshop thing. And he lost. Which sucked. And then around, I think it was September or November, is when Hasbro did their PulseCon. And that's where they showed the new American release, Zoids Wild kits, that were supposed to come stateside. But that never really happened because COVID or something? I'm not really sure. Maybe they just couldn't get a deal with stores that carry a new product line. Whether it's just because things are tight, or because those stores remember the last time the product line was in stores and it slowly started to fail and trickle off. I don't know. But that's on Hasbro for fucking up the first time and then fucking up the second time. Because they showed those and they said, oh, it's going to be in stores, or something like that. Or I think they said it was like, no, it was going to be available on their Pulse website first, and then later go to retail. They never hit retail. Instead, they just got purged from Pulse and dumped onto Amazon. And that was it. Unless you live in Australia. If you live in Australia, they ended up in Kmart on shelves for an amount of time, and then that's about it. And then weirdly, I think it was April of the next year? I think it was. Or maybe it was the year after. I don't know if it was that following year or the year after. But weirdly, on April 1st, Kotobukiya, who makes the Zoids Master Models, said that, like, they're now able to distribute stuff in America. Or something along those lines. I don't really remember. Or, like, they have permission or something like that. And it threw everybody off. Because Kotobukiya is a Japanese company. And they made the post on April 1st. So everyone took it as a joke and like, oh no, sorry, just terrible timing. We posted this as soon as we got word that we could do this, and we'll make a clarification tomorrow when it is not the American April Fool's Day. And the next day they felt like, yes, this is accurate news, this is happening now. And hey, ever since then, it's been easier to get kits here. Yeah, I dabbled in Wild a little bit, but they just didn't push it hard enough. Well, okay, in Japan it sold like crazy, but my issue with Wild is that while they had some neat ideas, they never executed them more. Especially by the end of it. Well, no, even before that. Even before that. Like, I guess it kind of comes down to Zoids by nature are able to be customized with stuff. But if you don't release the stuff to customize them with, then you can't really do. So there was like the first series of Wild Kits, and that was it. There was nothing, there was no extra parts. It's just you build the thing and that's it. Then Wild Zero came out, and its line of kits, and that's when we started to see some like weapon kits and stuff, and that was cool. And then Wild Senki came out, and it had a couple kits, like maybe 6 at most. It was very short-lived because there was only like 6 episodes of the show. But that came out with weapon kits and accessory kits. And then it just died. Looking for O. What is O? Is O like a purple thing? Or I can just check it. I don't know where those parts are. O201 is these. And now, well, okay, up until recently, it was just the Kotobukiya line of Zoids that were, you know, the flagship in a sense. But ever since we hit the Zoids 40th anniversary, Tomy has been pumping out like 3 different lines of new kits. To the point it's almost confusing. Now, we talk about Zoids a lot here, so I will end that tangent, otherwise we'll be here for hours. To go back to the Teen Titans thing, okay, there's a lot to say about Teen Titans, the original show in general, and then how it ended pissed off a lot of people, and how it is continuously teased to get a conclusion that never got done. And then how, well, like, Young Justice was kind of like a weird, soft continuation, kind of, sort of. I know a lot of Teen Titans fans moved on to that one because it was kind of similar in tone, but a little more mature, and had some of the same characters-ish, kind of, sort of, whatever. Teen Titans, I remember... Like, I do and I don't remember the twins. I feel like somebody's watching me. Jill, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I don't remember... I briefly remember seeing ads for the toys, but it wasn't, like, pushed heavily. Young Justice was a bit later, so I did not see toys for that. But I remember the reason the show was canceled is because the toys weren't selling. Yeah, but that's more of a sign of the executives wanting something out of something that they cannot get. But they should instead embrace what they have. If the toys aren't selling, don't waste money on the toys. Put money towards the show if that's making money. Or do something that is... Talk to the fans. What do the fans want? That's what you should really do. That's the ultimate thing, is talk to the fans, or at least talk to the heads of fan groups to get an idea. Because if you just talk to the fans, you're going to get like a flood of information and everyone's demands. But if you get like, you know, I don't know, like it's no different like, okay, when you go out to like, no, I say not you, but like, what is the term? Basic, here we go. Basic example. When the aliens come down, at least in Hollywood terms, they're like, oh, take me to your leader, because they want to talk to, like, the person in charge to figure out what's going on and everything. As opposed to just, like, grab Bob over there from, like, the pickup yard and probe him for questions. I understand that's not how they do it, but as a consumer that sees failure after failure, I feel they should. Because if I'm their audience and they're not making a product for me, who's it for? It says to me that, you know, corporations change the way they do business. Because it's clearly not working. Or at least it could be better. Where the hell is you? No? DC3. Oh, what's that? Okay. Oh. Well, the problem is that everything is all kind of revolved around nostalgia at this point, or popular franchise A, B, and C. So it'd be really tough for someone to step into the market of making something specifically for a niche audience that they would stick with, instead of just trying as a one-off and calling it a day. And to try and get a license for anything big would be impossibly expensive. So you'd either have to, like, if you were a private company that was to do something like that, you'd either have to make something amazeballs that is just an immediate hit, and then stay private, do not sell to the mega corporations that are suddenly interested in your little project. Or B, somehow acquire the license to something, or I guess, not really acquire the, well, depends on the situation, but, no, I guess, yeah, okay, find a long-dead IP, and then buy it. Assuming there is a fan base for it, like a demand. Because if company that owns it is doing nothing with it, you can just buy it and turn it into a success. If you license it, though, from them, and make it a success, they could pull it back from you. And at that point, they might suddenly be interested in, you know, now having control again of their thing, and they're gonna fuck it up like they always do. It's no different than how anytime, like, some startup game company is working on a thing, and then, like, Bethesda jumps in and says, hey, we're gonna buy that thing, you keep producing it, and then we'll reap the profits, and then take it away from you, and then try to do our version of it, and it'll suck, but we'll blame you instead of the fans. Need I say more? That's already happened how many times now? Across all different properties? Never sell out. If you've got something golden, you stick with it. But yeah, going back to what I said before, it's like, okay, well, either you somehow find something that is cheap to fully acquire that a mega corporation owns but doesn't care about, like the point where you could buy it cheap, or B, make something amazing that will stick. And then either way, then you have to fight against the industry of a billion startups trying to do the same thing, and then all the mega corporations with their licensed stuff eating up shelf space. Good luck. That's the unfortunate thing. But hey, you know what? With the rate things are going, maybe that's all it takes. That one brave, dumb, rich, stupid soul to do one or the other, and to prove to like a market or an audience like, we have this thing and it is successful and we are independent and no one will take it away from us, and we made bank, I guess, and we listen to our fans. What's the other host? Yeah, unfortunately. But hey, if someone can pull it off, it may just be that one thing to disrupt the market in some way. You know, like, how many card games come out per year and only live, like, maybe 2, and then that's it? You know, new ones. And then also, how many licensed card games come out and last, you know, like 2 years and then fizzle out? Due to, like, I don't know, the company losing interest or something. Whereas, like, the indie game is just losing steam because people aren't buying it. There's a lot of factors in play. But hey, if someone were to make something cool like that, I'd consider supporting it. If said thing interests me. Going back to the executive thing, that's what I just don't understand. It's like, you are in the business to make money, but you completely ignore the people giving you the money. And then you'll complain to, like, you know, your employees, like, why isn't it making money? Make money! Do this thing! It's like, you don't... The problem is not the company... Okay, it is technically the company doing things that are wrong, but... if your customer base is demanding A, and you're providing B, and you're not looking at what they're saying about it, you're just seeing the numbers go down. Clearly what you're doing is wrong, but instead of just, like, trying B, C, D, and E to succeed, you could just easily go to your biggest trustable resource and be like, hey, what do you want? Oh, you want A? We can do A, no problem. Here's A. Money go back up. but they just seem to like, you know, Principal Skinner, no, I'm not out of touch, the children are, or some shit like that. Which doesn't, that's a fallacy, because, like, they're paying you, or want to pay you for thing. Make thing. Oh, you know make thing? They no pay you. And then you are sad. But I'm sure it's more of an ego thing of like, I'm CEO, I can do no wrong, you will buy, you will consume, regardless of what it is that company puts out. Oh, this thing isn't successful or whatever, then just purge the entire thing. Dump it, drop it entirely. Move on to the next thing that'll make money. At that point, every major corporation sounds like a pump and dump. Kinda sounds like the last few Magic sets. You know, especially with the speed that Hasbro is forcing Wizards to put them out. You're not paying attention to the intricacies of the product that you are making. Okay, if this was a big seller, it doesn't mean that, like, the brand is a big seller. It means that this one did something right that the others did not. Like, Bloomburrow was a huge Magic set. That got a shit ton of people into the game. The next one, Duskmourn, stinker. People quit. The next one after was, like, Jumpstart or something, or, not Jumpstart, what's it called? I forget the names of, like, the two most recent ones, but they're both terrible. People don't care. That too, yeah. It just becomes a tax write-off. Oh, we did this thing, but it wasn't successful. Vault it forever. Like, it's gotta be... Wait. Oops, okay. I goofed. It's got to be an ego thing. Alright, I gotta find a peg to pull this out with. Alright, that's not working. Can I split this part and pop it up from the back? Remember, a lot of Wizards' dumb decisions are made by Hasbro. Or forced by Hasbro. Hasbro's part of the problem. It all goes back to Hasbro. We were talking about Zoids, and now we're talking about Magic, and it's all Hasbro, and I can't get this piece off. I'm getting there, kinda. It's getting there. Well, that just scuffed up that hole entirely. Well, luckily nothing from that is seen. It's an internal part. Come on, there we go. There we go. Split, split. should really get a tool for this, but oh well. Oh, there's no way to punch those out. Okay. Well. Kinda getting it. Well, that's bound to happen. It's all fogged up now, but... I got him. A little gnarled, but whatever. So let's put these in the correct slots now. It's fine, it's fine. Okay. Now we need a different one. I don't know what this one looks like. I've never encountered this letter before. Really? What company is that? Or studio or person? I'm surprised. Well, okay, was that before or after the Wizards Hasbro deal? I haven't really followed the history of them to know for sure. Oh, was it? Damn, okay, never mind then. Okay, so it's modern Hasbro that's fucking up Wizards, not old Hasbro. Well, now that I think about it, that's when Modern started. Modern Magic was, like, early 2000s, so probably like a year or two after that deal when things had to... You know, sure, they acquired them, and then they had to wait for the dust to settle and legal paperwork. That probably takes a couple months, and then... boom, there it is. That is odd. I wonder why. I can only think, with how the Dungeons and Dragons movie did mediocre? Maybe they're doing that as a test? And since it did kind of meh, they're gonna pass on doing a magic thing, but how would you even do magic? You know? So you mean Disney owns the rights? That's awkward. Right, but it wasn't the big success that people were expecting. Well, first one, wasn't that like forever ago? I don't know when this... I don't pay attention to properties I don't care about, to a point, so I don't know... I'd have to look to see, you know, when the original came out. I assume it was a long time ago. Okay, now we're on to putting parts together. Or not, we have pieces that go onto things. Deceptive instructions there. R5. What is R5? Gray. Is that gray, or is it purple? Yeah. The bluish gray. Yeah, because they want more money out of it. It's like you can't, if you tap into that and be the controlling source of the market, you kill your game. I mean, at that point, they print the cards. Nothing's stopping them from just printing more. What does this say here? I'll just cut the gate. If they start selling singles, they eliminate the secondhand collector resale singles market. And especially if they start printing cards, like older cards, they would cut out a huge portion of profits from their LGSs. And I would assume at that point LGSs would not support Magic anymore. I mean, to an extent. It would take a bit of time, but you know, no one is going to go to a store to buy a card when you can just order it from the company and they'll print it. Your game dies there. That's how you kill the game. The whole point is collectability, the chase, the rarity, the value. I've not heard anything about that. Well, okay, if Bandai does that for Gundam, I don't know and I don't care. If Kodo is looking to reprint older kits, that is a welcome thing. They actually kind of already started that, and fans are happy about it. Well, okay, the scalper investors aren't happy, but the majority of the Zoids fan base is. And by the scalper investor fan base, I'm talking like, you know, all of 2 people that we know of that are sitting on, you know, long out of print kits, and like they have a value tied to it, and they want like stupid money, and they're like, oh well, now it's only worth this much, and I lost value on this. Like, dude, the value is only how much someone would pay for it, and there's always a chance that something could get reprinted, no matter if it's been like 10 years. Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I cut off the wrong one. Whatever. They're both getting cut off. What do you mean by sell what you want? You mean just order directly, a la carte or whatever? That would be. It unfortunately cuts out all of the retail stores, as I said before, with, you know, Magic and Singles. You know, that's really what Nintendo could do, and they probably are on that route anyway. I remember hearing some months ago that Switch games were being pulled out of stores or just liquidated. So if Nintendo goes just, like, online only, hey, they cut out their markets, they increase their profits because they don't have to share with stores. That's okay, I guess, for a company like Nintendo that could do that. But when it comes to like card games and, as the term goes, game pieces, it's a little different. You're no longer making a collectible card game. You're making a board game there. If you can order pieces or cards or whatever, you're making a board game. Chill, unfortunately, I'm not a Gundam person, so I can't help you in that department. There's a couple, possibly the viewers here, that be more into Gundam that could direct you. Otherwise, I'd say jump onto a Gundam community chat and ask them. Or if you want a differing opinion, you could jump on the Zoids Discord and ask them. Unfortunately, I can't help you there. That's actually what GameStop is strangely trying to do, because they've tanked their profits and they keep floundering and not listening to any of the smart people that would want to see them somewhat succeed as a company still to this day, which is very strange, but okay. As a dying breed, it's like they keep getting dumber and trying too many new things, and it's not working. But, you know, basically, they expect dumb people to come in with their old Pokemon card collection, buy it cheap, get it graded, sell it high. That's what GameStop wants. But at the same time, they also wanted that like 10 years ago for retro games, where like dumb people just trade their games in bulk for cash or whatever, and then GameStop turns around and sells it for high. But when they don't understand how the market works or how the product works, they end up fucking up and floundering. And the fact that they've been caught selling fake Pokemon cards, graded, that's a problem. I hate to say it, but what you said there is how card game markets work. Only the rich people have the high-end product. Because if everyone has all the same product, there's no competition. And that's what makes a card game different from a board game. A board game, you buy the box and you're done. You have access to all the pieces. Or, you know, like whatever expansions come out later. With a card game, you have to spend a considerable amount of money buying product to chase cards or buying a single card that you need, or, you know, whatever. Between buying singles and buying product to open. That I have no idea. We would never know the intricacies of, you know, money deals behind the scenes for stuff. But you know what, here's a good example. Go into your local LGS and go to the board game section. Take a look at the layers of dust on them. Do they move? Not as well as a card game sells. Because with a board game, everything is in the box. And once you buy it, you're done. There's no reason for you to buy it again. Sure, there'll be other customers buying said product maybe, but it's a one and done thing. There is a beginning and end. The beginning is the purchase, the end is when they walk out the door. And unless the game has an expansion that brings people in, you're only going to capture maybe half of your audience for said board game, because most people are either fine with the product as is or don't even pay attention to it because they're just like, they bought a thing, they play it once or twice, it's in the closet, never think about it again. With a card game, you have people coming in to buy product, which are, whether it be like decks or boxes or packs or singles, because they want to improve the deck, they want to do better in the game, they want to collect cards. And when a set is coming out every time, the product pool changes, it expands, there's more to it. Not necessarily expands, but more of like, here's this, the newest product pool came out of like 100 new cards, buy it, won't you? And there might be a couple cards in there that you want. You could wait for them to go to singles, or you could just buy it and, you know, flip the cards you don't need and maybe pull the cards you do need, or pull a really stupid expensive card. But that's where shops make their money, is card games. Obviously they have to invest in it, but also if people trade in singles for product, the store can sell that. And that becomes product. It recycles itself. You don't see stores selling used board games. I mean, okay, maybe they do and I'm just not seeing them, but that doesn't sound like a thing. Like, sure, it's possible that there's a store out there selling a used board game or two. Oh, this goes the other way. Okay, I have to flip that somehow. And it's also rare that a board game will get, like, expansion pieces or whatever. Depends on the game, of course. And then you have, you know, the very specific beast, Warhammer, where that is a board game with many, many intricate game pieces. And that's more of a war game than a... Let me get some packs. Hey, Gecko. But yeah, Warhammer is more of a wargaming game than a board game. It's in its own category of game with pieces on a board. Hold on. Let me get some packs. Hey, Gecko. But yeah, Warhammer is more of a war gaming game than a board game. It's in its own category of game with pieces on a board. Hold on. 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 Hold on Okay. Alright. We have packs to open. Four from the back. Just a rare. In terms of monsters, this pack is a little better, but do we get an X-Rare? Nope. We got 2 unique weapon rares, and that's about it. Erdem. The hell? Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, you're shocked I have packs? Dude. I've got boxes and boxes of it. Now, at some point in time, I may retire that reward. I don't know when, but some point in time. Just because my .hack stock is getting kind of full, and I need to find a way to get rid of singles. Well, I also restricted it because you were firing off. It was the Old West. But yeah, if the future works out in my favor, that's all I can say. You better hope it does. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, game pieces. You'll see stores selling trading card, like in terms of used game pieces. You'll see them selling singles for trading card games, and then sometimes pre-painted figures for war games. I've seen a store sell like Warhammer stuff and then Star Wars miniatures, but I don't know if that game is falling off, but I've seen that available in stores. And then just singles. Did I finish the collection? The gaps in my collection are from set 3, which is tough to come by, so it's gonna be a while before I can fill those gaps. That being said, I think you weren't around for the previous stream, but I am going to sort of schedule, in a sense, the next-ish streams in January to be card sorting streams, because convention season is firing up, and I need my binders to be ready. So it's going to be, January is going to be the big sort. And for real this time. Last time shit happened, but yeah, gonna go through all the binders, all the cards, everything. You know, flush out the collections, re-sleeve stuff, and then anything that is not being kept goes for sale. Well, it goes into the binder for sale for conventions. So it's gonna be, you know, sorting through Pokemon cards. There's some Yu-Gi-Oh cards left, whatever. Magic cards to go through. And then other miscellaneous card games and stuff. click spaces. I have a collection of the MechWarrior Miniatures game that I've been trying to, well, I say trying to, but I've been real lazy about it. I'm trying to purge, or like not purge, but I want to get rid of it because I have no interest in it. There was a time I was curious, but when I found out that it's not like the movement system, you measure for movement, I absolutely will not do that. Like, I get that's a thing in Warhammer or whatever, but for something that's now like, here's this mini figure, it's all kind of in one, it's got its numbers and everything, but you're still measuring for movement? No. If it was like a grid or a hex-based movement system, I'd be okay with trying it, but as soon as I found that out, like, nah. But I had already acquired a couple lots worth, so it's just kind of sitting in storage collecting dust until someone is interested in it. And then there was a weird point in time where I had that, well, it was kind of the same time. I was curious, like, okay, can I salvage this in some way? How can we possibly change the movement system to be more favorable in a sense? To, like, not really a more casual player, but just make it better in some way. And I tried to, like, make it hex-based, which, if I remember right from my time of lightly reading the rules, it was possible to convert it, in a way. And I picked up a bunch of hex pieces from HeroScape, and I think the concept was kind of in the works at the time, and I was like, oh, this could become something just to try out, you know, like a homebrew, kind of a modified version of the game. But in my quest of doing that, hold on, I gotta make sure I put the pieces in the right way for this. This is already in the wrong way. Oops. So my quest, more like my endeavors of figuring that out. No, was that right? Oh, it goes like this. Okay. Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, I missed the holiday season for it, but hey, you know, people get money for the holiday season, so I'll look into digging it up and checking the values and eBaying it. Getting back to my point, while, like, you know, just brainstorming the idea of trying to, like, homebrew the game with different movement together, I came across the Zoids card game. And immediately I was like, well, I don't need this game from a franchise I don't particularly care about when I have Zoids. And that became a whole new quest. Because that one, it's grid-based. Which is exactly what I wanted. What is this saying? There's a thing that... Okay. And that took forever to acquire every card for, but I did it. Sort of. I'm still missing like 10 promo cards that I'll never find. And I kind of stopped hunting. I don't like how loose this kind of feels. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, okay, and then just... There we go. There we go. Okay. I feel like something's wrong here. Hold on a second. I gotta fix this before I look back at chat. Just get that out of the way. Okay, there we go. We have a body. Yeah, that was a whole... That's a more of an issue with the franchise and people in charge overall. I don't know much, but I know enough. Because you get MechWarrior BattleTech, it's the same thing, but it's different. I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I didn't jump onto it, because it's like the franchise is split between different iterations of it. I just don't care. But yeah, so anyways, I found the Zoids card game, and I was like, okay, this is definitely something, and I've been kind of playing it ever since. In terms of like a figure strategy game piece kind of board game card game thing. Goes in like that, yes. That's in all the way. Okay. And then, well, the horse head is already on there, so whatever. Oh, and these go on here, okay. What? Oh, I see. Yeah, that is the point as to why I'm building this thing. Oh no, legs. Hold on, let me go grab the horse. Yeah. It's pretty similar in terms of, like, you know, body scale. Well, we're just gonna ignore that I can't do that. Well, that's bound to happen. This thing is 40 years old. It's gonna be a project, but I think this could work. Obviously, Arudios is a little chunkier, but it's something. Now, unfortunately, the day I started this, or the day after I started this, like a video dropped of a new horse model kit thing from some other company that might be better for Arudios as like a, you know, as like a frame, but that might not be out until like another few months, but I may hold on to this idea for that and see which is better, or worst case, kit bash all three into a new articulated horse. In this scale, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I looked at it. That was the what's it called? I don't remember the name of it, but I looked at it and the scale was too small. Also, it didn't have articulation. It was like just a weird, blocky-looking horse. Unless there's a different one that I'm not aware of.
Hey, wanna dance? We should, you know, get out there.
Yeah, then forget it. Like, that might be better for Landstag, maybe, but I don't know. Landstag, you probably just modify the legs and call it a day. Okay. How much time did we blow on just those few pages? We kind of started here. Thing is, I don't want to start the legs, but I haven't paid attention to their non-Zoid lines much besides Hexagear. So I don't know if it was a thing that, like, they didn't come back to this for a reason or not. Yeah, I could do the tail. I could do ancillary pieces. Let me put the horse back first. Oh no, I won't be chopping this one up for modification. I've got a junker that I could probably use. Or worst case, clone model the parts to onto this body frame. let's knock out the tail and maybe some other small bits. I guess we'll just do the tail, because then this is the seat and the reins, which we don't need, because this is not going to be... This is going to be the vehicle, not be... have a giant robot sitting on it. That's going to be awkward. Well, those parts are easy to assemble. Alright. Tail it is. I don't know. I don't know what those are, so I can't answer that. But you see, it's fairly Orudeo-sized, and I've seen one of the scale Gundam kits being able to ride a Zoid. So if what you're talking about is within range, then I guess, yeah, it could work. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Hey, like, alright, be silly or whatever with those, but then you look at Zoids, our aircraft carrier is a whale. So... And if you want to get into the realm of weird transport Zoids, there's a lot of funky ones. Ones that were not in the shows. Like, okay, yeah, there's a Hover Cargo, which everyone's familiar with, the Gustav, the Whale King. Then there's like Neo Turtle ship, Pigeon Train, I forget the rest of them, but there's like a deep sea octopus transport Zoid thing. Oh, what's the lobster called? Shit. Dragoon Nest. Then there's like a weird squid one. And there's some other stuff. I don't remember all of them. They were only in the card game. Maybe had Battle Story appearances, but I don't know about that. Yeah. Only ever got the spotlight in Saga. Or sorry, Zoid's Legacy, Saga 2. Probably Battle Story. But like the rest of the ones that are in the card game were probably not in Battle Story. Don't go too deep with that. I'll have to check the Zoids lore later to see exactly which ones were and weren't card game original. Cut on that last one there. Okay, PC 1. Anyways, the rollback. I do hope with, you know, all things considered, with changes in the world and what could change in the world coming the following year, it'd be interesting to see some new underdog in the LGS scene pave a new path in a way. You know, some new game on the rise, because I'm looking for a new game. I quit Pokemon. I'm never going to touch Magic. Or sorry, not Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic is getting shitty real fast. No interest in Dragon Ball or One Piece as a card game. What else is there then? Yeah, I am trying to just completely ignore the rest of the weird variants of this, the modes that you could build. Not for me. A little curious about Altered. That's a new card game that hit the scene. I think they had a Kickstarter. I missed that, but whatever. What's it called? Flesh and Blood doesn't seem to be catching any steam from what I can tell. I hear a few people talking about this new Soul Masters game, so there's that, but I'm not a fan of the art. So I don't know. Doesn't seem to be much for me out there in the card game world. Well, an actual game, like collectible. Alright, what do you mean by that? You're gonna go down to the local comic shop and play Jim Rummy with people? No. Like a TCG of some kind. That's a board game. Self-contained, it's a board game. I want to sit down at a table, my game pieces versus your game pieces. That's what I want. As is with a traditional card game or war game, in a sense. I'm assuming the Digimon card game fell off. I have no interest in that, and I haven't heard anyone talk about that in a while. I also heard a rumor that MetaZoo is trying to come back. I have no interest in that. Sorry for blowing on the mic here, just trying to get the dust out of this. If you guys happen to know of any card games, let me know. I did dabble in the Final Fantasy card game for a bit, but there's reasons I can't touch that anymore, and that seems to be dead? Because I only know one store in my area that carries it, and no one else does, so I assume that it's just gone nowhere. Or it could just also be that the other stores don't carry it for reasons. I hear there's a Gundam card game coming out. I don't care. There's that also, Ultra Arena, whatever the hell it's called, I don't know. The Ultra Union Arena, something? The anime card game with licensed IPs. I don't care, but also they would never get the license for any IP I care about to bait me in, so again, I don't care. Because it's currently 2 or 3 properties I don't give a shit about. Is our Marvel? There's the digital one, Marvel Snap, but I'm not like that crazy into Marvel. Also, from what I've seen, it just looks like a Marvel version of Hearthstone, which I never touched and never cared about. I could be entirely wrong about that, but just from what little I've seen. The only time I ever touched Hearthstone was back in the day when it had actual physical cards and people were trying to chase the stupid rainbow baby tiger thing. Because they had actual they had codes on the cards and you could punch them into your account and then you can unlock shit. Which is kind of a cool concept, but the problem is that once you use the code, the card is kind of useless. And then they canceled the card game because they realized people were only buying it for that reason alone and were not playing the game in like LGSs or whatever. If there even were events, I have no idea. Marvel Champions? I have not heard. But I don't have interest, so that's a no-go. Oh shit, how did I miss that? A board game with booster packs? Oh, cool. Okay, makes sense. Like, are we talking traditional board game with booster packs, like expansion packets? Or are they, like, actual blind booster packs? Those are 2 different things, and I've seen that with board games where, you know, here's just like the mini expansion, you know, 10 card extra characters in a packet, as opposed to re-releasing the entire product with new cards in it, or doing like a mail order thing, online product. You know what I mean? Boom. That's kind of cool. Alright, we're gonna skip the saddle. Oh, no. No interest in deck builders. Because again, there's no future in that. There's no chase. I'm going to assume those booster packs are extra cards to expand the game. Again, much like a board game, that's not of interest. Kind of a basic tale, but it's alright. 5 Kingdoms. What the hell's 5 Kingdoms? I've never heard of that. I know Legend of the Five Rings got like a revival. That's a long dead game. but I haven't seen it in stores, so I don't know like how far along they are in the revival, and it was not a game of interest. I just know it was a thing. Oh. Oh, this is all like the transformation mode bullshit that I don't want to do because it looks dumb. And then you have to get a bird. Although I wouldn't mind getting the bird. If I were to like just make this as is a new Rudios, then I would probably get the bird and make it work, but eh. The point is it's supposed to look like the original Zoid on a new frame. Ugh. We are not going to do legs. Those are going to take forever. That's going to be another stream. I don't know what my plans are tomorrow. That could be tomorrow's stream. Maybe, maybe not. Let me... Yeah, it's been a long day, so let me wash the plastic bits off of me. We've made more of a horse. Give me a moment. Any other card games? Because if we've covered all of them, then that's a pretty small market. I mean, something new would have to come on the scene to catch my interest. Which, good luck. I've had my fair share of dumping money in the games and it go nowhere or change too drastically, so something would have to be perfect. Be research and conversation for another day, or if you're down to continue chatting throughout when there's no streams, as always, the Discord link is below the stream. Anyways, if you're new here, drop a follow, hit the bell, or whatever the hell it is these days. They keep changing it. We're gonna go find someone to raid because it's been a much longer day for me than you guys think, so we're gonna find someone doing something cool. Oh, well, this is appropriate. Ha, maybe, I don't know. But you know what? This is very appropriate for the topic. We're raiding into Toki, who's playing TCG Sim. Well, Card Shop Simulator, whatever. You know what I mean? That game, which I'd consider maybe grabbing, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I don't know if I'll be live again tomorrow. Depends on plans. And if you're around, cool. If you're not, well, I'll see you at the next stream. I don't know. I'm out of words at this point. It's been a day. It felt like 2 days. But only streaming for a little bit of it. Anyways, take care. See you guys around.